Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we are going to be covering a D&D class tier list. So let's just get right into it. Up first, we got the Barbarian, obviously. Um, Combat-wise, I'm gonna say S tier. They are extremely tanky and they do a lot of damage. So they just have to go up to S tier. Actually, I might put them in A tier because nah, S tier. They just consistently do the most damage. As for the Bard is typically in all the games I've been in a difficult class to, at least for new players, to run well. So considering that, I might put them lower. But if you're an experienced player and you play a bard, you can do it really well. Um, I'm gonna put them in B tier. No, yeah, I'm gonna have to put them in B tier. Okay, Cleric is up next. Clerics are overpowered. They're an S tier, like straight up. Really good spell list. They get good weapons, good armor, S tier, hands down. As for the druid's a tough one. If you're playing a moon druid, that's S tier. A lot of the other druids aren't as good, so I'm leaning towards the bottom tiers actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, they're I don't think they're as good as Bard. I'm gonna have to put them in C tier. I'm trying to. All of this. This is basically a combat tier list, and so a lot of these classes are really good at roleplay. They have like a lot of role playing options. I'll do another tier list that's completely roleplay. For this one though, it's just pure combat. So the fighter, obviously, is extremely good at fighting. They get action surge. They get a bunch of fighter abilities. Do I think they're as good as Barbarian? I'm gonna put them in A tier. They're almost as good as Barbarian. In some situations, they are better, but you have to have The reason Barbarian's an S tier is because of rage and reckless attack. The fighter doesn't have either of those, but the fighter has action surge, which gives them more attacks, but they aren't at advantage, so I'm just going to leave them in A tier. Okay, this one is hard for me. So, Monk. I hate monks, but at the same time I love monks. They are the weirdest class by far, at least to me personally. They're easy and simple to play, but their abilities and most of the subclasses does not make sense at all. Like, it's a very strange mixed class. And they get a bunch of attacks, but they all do really low damage. The only thing crazy that they get a lot of crazy stuff at higher levels, but the only crazy low level ability is Stunning Strike. So I'm gonna put them in C tier with Druid. Yeah. Most campaigns last to level like 10 for the most part, so Monk just doesn't get that great. Paladin, however, Paladin is S tier hands down. They Divine Smite, spellcasting, a ton of auras. These guys are insanely tanky. So I'm going to leave Paladin in S tier. Hands down, tons of damage. I love Paladins actually. I've played a few Paladins, and anytime you crit, and you use a Divine Smite on that crit, it's absolutely insane. Just tons of damage. Alright. Up next, we got the Ranger. If you're going off of Revised Ranger, I would put it in A tier with the Fighter. If you're going off of Old Ranger, I would put it in D tier, hands down. So, I think we'll go off of Revised Ranger because, I mean, I feel like most people are using Revised Ranger nowadays. If they aren't, I am terribly sorry that you have to play a Ranger. With that in mind, I'm going to put them in... I can't put them above Bard. Yeah, no, I'm going to put them in B tier with Bard. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm happy with that. Alright, the Rogue. I love Rogues, dude. They're actually kind of sick. Sneak attack is really cool. But, unless you're playing Swashbuckler, it can be hard to get it off reliably. Yeah, I said that right. So, with that in mind, I think I'm going to put them in A tier with the Fighter. Yeah, no, hands down. They get a ton of evasion abilities, a ton of stuff like that. So, A tier is definitely a good option. Up next, the Sorcerer. Okay, a lot of these classes are going to be high on the list. I don't think any of them are D tier. I gotta find one to put in the D tier. Okay, if we're going based off combat alone... No, I don't think any of these are really D tier. Maybe... No, Bard's B tier, hands down. Okay, anyway, Sorcerer. I'd put Sorcerer above... You know what? I'm gonna move the Barbarian down to A tier with the Fighter, the Rogue. Because the Cleric and the Paladin just have so many more options than the Barbarian. The only thing the Barbarian can reliably do is melee damage and lots of melee damage. If there's any kind of magical creature or anything like that, and they don't have, like, a magical weapon, then they're kind of screwed. So I'm going to put them in A tier with the Fighter, the Rogue. Yeah. Alright, so the Sorcerer, it's better than the Druid and the Monk, better than the Ranger and the Bard. Put them in A tier. Yeah. So, let's see here. Warlock I'm gonna put in... This is another tough one. Do I think they're better? Yes, they're better than the Druid and the Monk. Better than the Ranger and the Bard. Put them in A tier. And for the Wizard has to go in... all of these are basically A tier, but he's got to go in A tier. Yeah. Alright, so in S tier we have the Cleric and the Paladin, because both of them are extremely strong and overpowered. Then we have the Fighter, the Rogue, Barbarian, Sorcerer, Warlock, and Wizard in A tier. Then we have the Bard and the Ranger in B tier. And we have the Druid and the Monk in C tier. So that is going to be the tier list for all the D&D classes. If you disagree, let me know in the comments and let me know why. Yeah. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.